Flamboyance is kind of like discouraged in clothing for men, because men are supposed to be like, you know, chill and dress down and like not call attention to themselves. You can tell a lot about a guy by his home more than his clothes. Oh, and here's a photo of me and Kate Simon, who's like one of the great photographers. It was a Polaroid by Andy Warhol of me and Kate up at the factory back in the old days. Hi, I'm Glenn O Brien. Welcome to my home in Manhattan, New York City. This is my office, my home office, surrounded by books and unpaid bills, and art, a lot of which was produced by my friends. This was a gift from my friend Tom Sachs, who made it for me when I was editing Interview magazine. And I think this says like the world's greatest creative director in Japanese, but I'm not sure. Maybe it says Glenn's an asshole. And it's two chainsaws, you know, it's designed for a battle to the death. You know, people always think that like they, you know, that like style guy is the only thing that I do or whatever, but I've always done like, you know, I never said no to anything. I think that's one thing I got from Andy Warhol was like, if anybody offered me a job, I'd say, yeah. There's a Ray Johnson piece down here that's actually really funny because this is like he used to do these Xerox collages. This is Andy Warhol talking too much because people thought that Andy never spoke, but actually he was very chatty. And this was done by my son when he was about 3 years old, and I left this out before it went to the framer. And so it's actually a collaboration between Oscar O'Brien and Johnson. I sort of lucked into having a job for Andy Warhol. My classmate, Bob Colacello, he reviewed a Warhol film, and Interview had been started a year earlier by Andy. He had this magazine that was really underground and really grungy kind of, and not very well done. And it was run by like these sort of crazy speed freaks. So I think they decided they wanted to hire some clean-cut young college kids to work on the magazine. So he hired us, and so we learned how to do a magazine just by doing it. This is a Richard Prince piece sort of appropriated from Vanity Fair magazine. It's like a very serious discussion of this woman's art, and then it says, oh, did I mention her tits? It seemed more important than the art. I left to go become the bureau chief of Rolling Stone in New York. But I didn't really like it. You weren't allowed to be humorous unless you were Hunter Thompson. This is another Robert Hawkins, Jesus water skiing. This is actually a portrait of T.S. Eliot, and I have no idea why I have this here. I was writing a piece for High Times magazine on graffiti, but I wanted to find Samo. So I asked around, and anyway, we met, and we kind of hit it off. And I said, you know, why don't you come by TV Party sometime? So Jean-Michel came on to TV Party as a guest, and he never left. I have this collection of drawings that are all on 8.5 by 11 paper, and that's because it's typing paper. So I'd be sitting there typing, and he would come in and just grab paper and start drawing on it. There's a few things in here that relate to my life. This picture of me on the telephone. I used to have twice as many, but I got divorced. I thought it would be a good idea to write a book sort of in the persona of the style guy. But I didn't want to do like a Q&A thing. I wanted to make it more sort of philosophical. How to Be a Man was just a funny title because it's so like nervy, you know, like I'm telling you how to be a man. Men were not trained to have a sense of occasion. You know, you see a couple standing in the street corner, and there's a guy in these kind of like acid-wash blue jeans and Jerry Seinfeld sneakers and a t-shirt, and he's standing with a girl in a really cute like black cocktail dress and high heels and makeup, and she looks perfect, and he looks like he's there to take out the garbage. And it's because guys no longer are trained by their families to like, oh, we're going to church, could you put on a tie now? It's like, no, I'm going to wear my Steelers jersey. It's like men have lost something in terms of culture, you know, so just saying maybe we should get some of it back.